Get hyped. It's Team Fortress TV. It's Admirable. It's Beasly. And it's Jon. We're here for the ETF2L Season 16, powered by Blackout Gaming, Premiership Playoff. Round 1, we're going to see the 4th place team take on the 3rd place team. It's the last resort against TCM. We're here for a 3-map spectacular, unless one team gets big balls and just wins it in 2 straight. It's going to be process up first, that's TCM's pick, and after that, it will be loser's pick. So all maps in the pool could be played tonight. Well, they're at least open to selection. Beasly, does that excite you?
That excites me so much, I actually had to get 2 juice boxes for this. 2 juice boxes are gonna...
Do you mean 2 cartons of juice? What the fuck
Whatever
is a
you
juice
want to
box?
call it. I don't want to talk about it, alright? But see, I have a problem with my juice box, because I only have 1 straw for them, right? But thank God I took 2, because now I have an extra straw, right?
That would have been the worst thing, man, if you had the juice box, but like nothing to puncture it.
But no straw, yeah, I'd have to use my tooth and just like sip out of it. Have you ever had to do that? It's awful. And hopefully neither team has to do that in this matchup, because this is some playoff action.
Have you got like a big fang? Can you like pierce the foil?
Well,
like Dracula?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna disclose any of that information.
Look around your desk right now, your computer area. What could you use to pierce a juice box, or perform a backstreet abortion, stab somebody?
Oh, I could use. Well, there's a knife here, and then there's a well, my glasses. I could use that. Like the little thing that I put on my ear. I don't know what that's called. The arm of the glasses. I could just poke right in.
Shoelace, maybe shoelace. If you got tight
I
ends.
could do a shoelace, but like that's kind of too ghetto for me. Admirable.
That's the ghetto pokey. Yeah, anyway, we're here for games, and there are 10 players on the server right now as far as I see. Actually, Heist and Flip are both spectating, but we'll do a quick roster rundown. I'll throw it to Beasly, short notice, and see if he can catch this one.
Well, for TCM, we're going to have Clar and Forsaken, the 2 soldiers. They're a pretty formidable pair there. Clar is the pocket, and Forsaken is the roaming soldier, so we're going to see him jump around a lot on this mid. A lot of room for roamers to work with those gunboats and crazy rollouts too. The scouts are Drosso and Fleep, and those 2 guys, they're a good combo. Drosso, he's been getting a kind of a hard rap sent at him because, I don't know, a lot of people say that he's a little stupid at times, but I don't think so. I think he's damn good. And Flip, the same. And Bite, their medic. He's the owner of VTV, the sole proprietor, who runs all that stuff behind the scenes, and he's a damn good medic too. And he likes to turtle up. I don't really like that, to be honest. But, their demo man, Warher, yeah, does a ton of damage during those times. Then you take it away for TLR.
Yeah, I understand we're going to be going live soon as well, so I'll just rattle through these. You got Evil Moon on medic, healing from Finland. Then we'll go to the rookie roamer Nadir. Wildcard here. He came from Div 2 as a demo man, now playing roamer in Prem. Came in halfway through the season. Backing him up, you got Kyler for fun and Rake, who will be scouting. Kyler is an amazing playmaking scout. I'm expecting big things from him. Then you got Heist, and he is just like the sort of the tempo behind this team. He controls a lot of ground very well, can do a lot of damage, but maybe isn't sort of the player you send him with an Uber to get frags. You know what I'm saying? He's more of the thinking man's demo man. That's what I'm gonna say. Then to round off, you got Calio, who is a very high damage dealing pocket, and he'll probably be working a lot in sync with Heist. But we have gone live here. We're going to the first middle of this potential 3-mapper. It's going to be slightly faster from Cadis War. It's looking quite sheepish here. Hasn't even gone all the way to his own med pack. He's going to just see if Salt wants to come in and bomb fast there. And he hasn't Salt, sorry, I mean Nadir. But anyway, calm down, Beasly. The middle's going on, and Clar has gone down. So has Calio, though. That's both pockets down. But 2 frags come in quick succession, and TCM will be forced to back out of this. Looks like they might lose another player here. They're going to send Forsaken in to see if he can get anything done, but he just spirals around and eventually gets plucked out of the air by a lot of buckshot there, Beasly.
Yeah, that was a lot of action on the mid-fight. Some early soldier aggression coming out of TCM, but it was kind of shut down by TLR, and they're going to opt to move right in very quickly. They've got that full Uber, and they want to push it in through the IT. Hopefully they can catch somebody off guard in the choke, but it doesn't look like anybody from TCM is going to do that, as they're all sitting kind of far back on bats. Some stickies there in IT, but nothing comes of it from War. And now it looks like TLR is going to be able to just get on to this point pretty easily here. And TCM doesn't have much that they can do to fight. They're going to want to get this force out before TLR just walks all over them. And Rake actually does go down to some stickies from War. There's not too much going on, but we're going to see a push out of TLR here right now. And
this is a tough one. They're coming in a man down and on one of the hardest last to push, but they're just straight on to the point. They bully TCM back into their spawn and are very quick to play that point. Pretty much exactly how you want to do that. Force them back into the spawn and just capitalize on the fact that there was nobody there to block the point. Well executed push from TLR, and so often you see teams failing that, especially with a man down, but mad props to them. Yo! War's going to be pretty fast this time and picks up his kit, but gets bombed immediately by Calio, who seems to be doing the roaming duties here, at least for middle. He went in fast. If Nadir's going to get shut down as well, that's both soldiers down for TLR. Nadir eating a little bit of an air shot, getting finished off by Jeroso. And right now Evilman's making his way out there, Beasly.
Forsaken's got a really nice opportunity here to just jump right onto Evil Moon's head, as he's at 70% Uber and he's not connected to his demo right now. He finally does connect to him, but Forsaken takes out his and takes out the scout Kyler, and now has a clear shot onto that med, but he can't get that as those spawns are coming up. Oh, really nice placement from him. Unfortunate that he wasn't able to take out the med for his team. They do have that 10% Uber advantage. It's not going to be too much to work on unless they push and kill the medic in some freak series of events. But I don't think that's going to happen, as those spawns are coming up right now for TLR ads.
Yeah, and worth mentioning that TCM are coming into this game off the back of a practice session where they managed to take 2 maps off Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory, albeit without their talismanic collar Nox. That's got to give them a little bit of confidence anyway. I think they took Process 3-2 and Badlands 6-3. They knew they were going to pick Process because that was the map that Byte stated TCM were going to pick. I don't know why he told it in advance, because he doesn't actually have to tell his opponent until like the game goes live. But anyway, he's a nice guy. Maybe we're going to see Badlands for map 3 if it goes all the way. But right now TCM looking to get around on the board. They're poised here in an Uber versus Uber situation. They've just realised there's a sniper bottom right on the attacking perspective. That's going to be Rake. The finish scope. He switched back to Scout actually immediately as the Ubers have come in. It's a smart play. Now they're going to have the Scouts up and ready to repush Forsaken, and Clara go down as the Uber tries to escape through that tiny choke point. And that's going to be a big man advantage here. There's not even any hint of a back cap, as both Scouts are clearly visible in front, and TLR should be able to read that and push fairly confidently here, I think.
Yeah, sitting here in choke right now, he did a really nice job getting out of that. There was some stickies all over lobby. I can't believe that his Uber lasted that extra second for him to get out of there, but it did. And now his team's able to just regroup on mid with a pretty stagnant Uber advantage for TLR. Not really much going on there in terms of building for either team, but that 10% advantage is still there. So, if we might see some really fast aggression coming out of an Uber as soon as they get this and just popping right in onto the combo. As that Uber is now starting to build up, and it's closer to a 20% right now as it comes out. Not much action. Nobody's really poking holes. Nobody is shooting anybody except for Nadir. He's shooting at that rock and getting some pot shots off on the soldier, but not much else is happening. As Forsaken on that heavy is really going to be tough to push in on for TLR. I don't really know if they're going to want to try and do it. I don't know why the heavy is out right now either, as the advantages are even for everybody.
I think he was trying to put the brakes on just when he spawned in there, but like, he showed himself. He was very visible as heavy. He could have stayed back and hoped that TLR pushed in and sort of didn't realise he was there, but once you know what heavy's there, it's quite easy to deal with. But there's High's going to pick up 2 in this Uber exchange. Droso and Clar both going down. Clar does get raked though, but still the man advantage here for TLR as they start to come through choke, and TCM look to be all at sea. Although Kyler goes down, that will even things, and the heavy appears with 300 HP. He's going to start putting out a little bit of damage, and that really gets Evil Moon's ghost there. He has to back out. He was scared, man. He was scared.
He was terrified. That heavy was just sitting there, and Nadir catches him off, gets 2 rockets on him, doesn't hurt him that much, and the heavy just jumped into his medic's face. It's terrifying. But that heavy down means they're just going to be able to walk right in because no soldiers can jump them. They will be shot down immediately, and that Uber advantage is there with a heavy. That's kind of exactly what you want when you're pushing into this last point. He doesn't even have to die to do it. So already it's looking very, very favorable for TCM as soon as they get this Uber and push. But if they're not careful, TLR is going to get this.
Yeah, that was a bit of a strange one there. I felt TLR up until the point they lost 2 players that just couldn't seem to get the support, I guess. The heavy doing work, but now they have a heavy pushing into last. That's quite favourable, but Rake is going to be sniping. You think he's going to be able to counter that heavy? Is Sniper the hard counter to heavy? Here comes that Uber charge though. It's going to be Bite and Clar leading it in, trying to find Evilmoon, but he just backs up into spawn. Now he's got the full charge. Will he pop it off here? Or will he try and hold on to it like a boss? The heavy weapons guy is just poised in the lobby again, but he can't react in time to save his demo, and the Uber will get forced out eventually. But they've lost three players for that, and Clar will respawn now, but it's going to be another 10 seconds before War's back in the field. They might even be able to walk through choke here for free.
Yeah, they probably will be. That was a really nice hold from Evilmoon, popping that Uber off exactly when he needed to, and then they shut down everybody in that lobby. And now they're going to be able to just walk right in as that heavy still is not up, and Clar goes down as well. That's going to queue a 15-second spawn and probably an easy mid-cap here, as that soldier aggression is already no longer a thing here. As Calho gets up into the scout's face, takes him out, and that's 2 picks here for TLR. So again, they're probably going to be able to walk into choke, as there's not many stickies up from War right now, as he's just got the 2 stickies that he's actually dead. And TCM's a little bit slow here to get any sort of setup, as their demo's the only one in choke, but he's not really got any support. So if TLR jumps on him, he's pretty overextended there. And it looks like Calho's going to try and see what he can do to poke in and get something as he finds a scout in IT. Not too much is going to be able to happen, as that scout is actually doing a lot more damage to him than he is to the scout. And that's never what you want to see.
Yeah, I'm not sure what War's doing here. He called him that, like, he 2 or 3 times there he probed forward into choke and he was very exposed. Even if somebody like bombed in, it would still be a good trade to go soldier for Demo Man there, but nobody reacted. TLR not taking the bait. They're going to play a very solid game on middle here and hold on to that 1 round advantage. They're parking the bus, man. They're doing it Euro style. They want to win this bad boy 1-0 and move on to the next map. Gee whiz.
Oh boy, this is exciting. TF2. War again is in that choke, but this time he's got some heals and a soldier with him, so finally they're not really sacrificing him. But Forsaken gets a little antsy there and pulls that trigger a little bit too early and goes down. And now we see TLR moving in with their scout and their demo into that sewer area, and now they have a clear sight onto Bite. This is probably going to pop Uber. It does. Bite pops a little bit earlier than Evilmoon. And Evilmoon is not flashing. That means that they've got a stifling amount of invulnerable players just all over second point. But the rest of TCM is going to come in. Now it's a 2v2, but there are heals. TLR has only Evilmoon and Rake against Droso and Flip. Notoriously, this is going to be in favor of TLR. And they take him out. Some nice taunt action with that boombox on the second as they cap it up.
Yeah, man. I don't know how to call that one. 2 scouts against a medic and a scout. You do expect those Prem scouts to be hitting their shots right, mince up that scout, then kill the medic. Or if you're feeling a little bit scared of Rake, maybe just go and kill Evilmoon and then run away. But they sucked out, man. Rake came up big there, and I know he'll be watching these VODs, so you have to give him credit whenever he actually does make a play. Well done, Rake. Well done. You're a good boy. Right now, it's a big Uber advantage here for Evilmoon. 40% in the bank. He's going to come in bottom left. He's leading with Heist. It's onto the charge as well. He knows there's no threat of stickies. That's a good medicing there. He's straight in. He's going to be able to really maximize this charge as they bully TCM back into spawns. Bite's actually in the corner there with War. War jumps in, but already they've had the point. No stickies there to deny. And I think TCM are really counting on Evilmoon to Uber in early. After that didn't happen, they were just like, oh man, we dropped the ball here.
Admirable. Admirable, I need to say right here now that I was not expecting this coming into this. I actually thought that TCM had this in the bag after the way they performed against Willy Wonka's in PCWs, but like you said, Nox is a big factor for them. We're going to watch Forsaken here on this mid as he jumps in aggressively onto Hiss, and Hiss is taken out by Flip. Forsaken still in there doing a lot of good damage onto the scouts there as Rake also goes down with some help from Clar. And now it looks like TCM is just going to opt to sit around this right side of mid and just wait for the picks to come to them as everybody is jumping right into their faces. Calho, Rake, and Hiss are down as TCM is getting very aggressive, just leaving that one scout to cap as their soldiers are already going into the last point as they see Evil Moon is on the run right now, and there are picks absolutely everywhere as Clar takes out Kyler. Nadir also goes down, and the cap point is going in favor of TCM as that Uber is popped into last. Calho sees that Demo Man War overextended slightly, tries to get him, nothing happens there as Drosso takes out Rake. Clar goes down to his pipes, as does Bite, and now this is looking pretty bad for TCM. No, they get the cap time. Will they be able to get it? Kyler takes out Drosso, and it's a wipe. That's a lot of action there from one mid-fight.
Man, that was a total nothing play right there from TCM. They have the man advantage, 2 players extra, 2 players down for TLR. They have 2 guys, like, they have their scout, cap, and spire, and they choose to push in 3-on-3 anyway. Like, why not cap spire and then continue to actually have a man advantage and use that rather than just go in and trade Ubers pointlessly and fucking flail around in the wind. Oh, I'm so mad. Don't swear. We're live.
We are indeed. War is going to take a lot of damage, and he's not going to get those heals as fast as he kind of wants. But TLR with a nice hold there, and now it looks like they're going to be the ones to do the aggressive plays here as their soldier is moving into IT, trying to scope out what he can see there as Calho's sitting very close waiting for a scout to walk in, but he sees an entire combo, gets some pot shots onto the pocket. Clar goes down, a nice 100 damage shot onto War, but that pick and that Uber means that TCM are just going to walk right in through IT just to find an Uber for the enemy team. There is no advantage here, and the pop goes first from Bite, but Evil Moon's flashing means that they have a better Uber, TCM, and they're going to have to back it off through the choke because they didn't get enough ground there, and the Hiss stickies are just raining down damage. Bite goes down to a pipe. Kyler takes out Forsaken, 2 alive for TCM. Nadir is running around with that shotgun, trying to find everything that he possibly can, but Evil Moon actually went down in that fight, so the Ubers are going to be even, but mid is going to go to TLR.
Yeah, there was a great moment there in that engagement after the Ubers had faded, and TCM were sort of back at the choke, but they'd spread themselves out nicely in like a line of 5. There's this sort of Mexican standoff with TLR looking down on them and trying to decide if they'd go in, and it was actually, I think Forsaken, he went in first, and after that it just sort of slipped away from TCM, but for a moment there, both teams were really trying to stare at each other across no man's land there. TCM went in, and they managed to pick up middle and push on here. Now, Bite is flanking round with Clar, is trying to land those fatal shotgun shots. Oh, sucks out a little bit, whips out the escape plan, but can't get any frags there. There is Bite with that almost full Uber Evil Moon about to spawn in 7 seconds, and this is looking grim for TR. Maybe we're going to see a TSE round on the board. Did I call it too soon, Beasly?
I don't know if it's a little too soon. That Uber was popped very early, so if that's what you're talking about, hell yes, that was a little too soon, and now it looks like everybody's going to come out. But War, hurry, yeah, comes in, takes out Rick with some nice stickies. I said Rick, my bad. Nicely done by War. Bite was able to get out unscathed, didn't take a bit of damage, and the Ubers are even here again. We're just going to see more stalemates. This is a game of stalemates. Typically this map is not like this until the last point, but this match has been like this the entire game, and that's playoff TF2 for it. But it looks like Bite and his guys want to get into that lobby and just push dry here, which is typically a very bad idea on this map. Some soldier aggression takes out Evil Moon. Forsaken with a nice bomb, and that heavy comes in to shoot at everybody else. Flip takes out Nadir. The heavy is going to walk in and aim at the other team's heavy, tries to protect Bite, and some cap time coming out for TCM. The numbers are, they were even, but now that it's Bite is not able to get to his heavy, and now his heavy is in there with 74 HP. Can he cap this point? Unfortunate for TCM, as that push looked really, really good.
Yeah, a little bit of overconfidence there, I feel, from TCM. They had a couple of options to make that push work. They could have got out when Evilmoon went down and just built up their advantage, played it safe. They could have tried to stay together. I saw Heavy and Medic getting separated. One went left, one went right. That was a bit heartbreaking to watch, but if they just tried to like take a deep breath, stop for a few seconds, they could have still managed to push in before the respawns came in and work those picks together. A bit of focus fire didn't happen, but now we're going to see a dry push here. Evilmoon is 15% away from charge. Bite is in so deep here without even a glimpse of an overcharge there. Really committed to that one. It wasn't a suicide wave to try and force. It was just a really ballsy play that got absolutely crushed by a very solid the last resort defense. And maybe TCM just didn't fancy that push on to last. They want to bring the game back to middle and try and make a fight of it there. But I don't want to give them that much credit, Beasly.
I can't see any reasoning for that second dry push there, as it looks like they've given up on Uber, but that's going to give TLR the full advantage, and the Uber is popped onto their scouts, taking out War. That's a huge pick pushing into mid, and it looks like they're just going to shift the entire spectrum of this game in favor of TLR, as now they're going to be able to cap mid, and soon enough they're going to be pushing on to TCM's last. I feel almost as if Byte is panicking here with 12 minutes left, 13 minutes left in this match, and they're down 2-0. I feel like he's kind of getting really antsy and trying to get these rounds here, and it's just not working out for his team, as TLR is just going to try and build this Uber. Byte has the advantage, but it's not going to matter too much, as TLR has shown that they're just able to back out and play this game the way it's meant to be played so far in this match.
TCM have really changed the momentum now. Like, sure, they lost those 2 rounds pretty quickly at the start, but they had them in a chokehold there on last. It's a tough one to push out of, and like you say, that rash play just gonna give TLR a real chance to get back into this game and make it an even fight. There's Ward trying to make it out towards choke. He hasn't been playing so much in the last few days, I understand. He's actually one of the players that was missing, and there was a whole drama about when this game was going to be scheduled, but Ward just arrived home today, like a few hours ago, and maybe that's going to affect his game a little bit, but as it stands right now, he has respawned, and his team are working themselves a little bit of a man advantage. There's Rake back in the game, though. It's just going to be Calio down 6 on 5. Uber popped off here for both sides on choke. Evilman goes in deep to middle, but gets chased out by Drosu, who makes that a 3k with the pistol there eventually. Drosu going to go down to Rake as well. He will go down, and TSC, they're coming back, man. Maybe this is what they wanted.
Maybe this is what they wanted, but I mean, logically, this is a very strange thing to want and see this turn of events unfold this way. I don't know. It's a little too much to account for, in my opinion. But it's working out for TCM, whatever the hell it is. And now they're pushing last again, but we've seen them do this 3 or 4 or 5 times this round already. And we've seen a couple dry pushes, but they have a 40% Uber advantage. So there's not going to be a dry push this time unless they are really, really aggressive. And they're not going to be, as that Uber is finally acquired by Byte. And now they're going to try and push in there as fast as humanly possible, as Rake is building away with his little 3-rune blade. As that Uber comes in, the first door, and some nice stickies force them into spawn by War as he wraps around the other side and tries to catch him with pipes, but he is dead on as the Uber comes off of him, and 3 go down for TCM, 4 go down. The Heavy is now dead as well, and Byte is running away. He's in the IT, but can he get out as the whole team is behind him? If he turns around, he's going to be very scared. Dodges some rockets, but the soldier's in choke. Looks like he's going to be able to get out of this as the spawns are coming in. Nicely done by him, but again, a poor push. TCM on to last.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about pushing last on pro, well, forget about it. There's an Uber coming in here. Evilman pops off onto Heist. He's going to sail forward here on an explosive jump. Will eventually land a pipe to kill Forsaken, but looks like most of TCM have scattered. Droso seems intent on dying though. He just about gets out with 40 HP on choke. But Flip is in deep. He's up top on the roof right now, and he's creating a distraction as the Uber comes in from Byte. He just managed to get it there. The counter Uber comes in, and TLR had totally forgotten about that. All standing around looking up at Flip there on the roof. They just got crushed. Everybody, the Evilmoon going down there for TLR. It looks like he might make it out. I'm just going to jinx him there. Curse of the caster. Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, you cursed him. Droso takes out Evilmoon. Klar takes out Rake, and TCM takes out the last point. And they finally successfully pushed last without actually pushing last. And I guess that's the only way they're going to be able to win rounds. Ooh.
Yeah, man. It's tough. I was just gonna say, like, if you want to push last, it's probably best to push for middle with an uber advantage because you cover both doors. Right. But anyway, into this middle, Kaleo going in, fairly aggressive there. Doesn't pick up War's med pack, but both teams trying to stand off. He tees it up, jumps in. Kaleo goes down to flip scattergun though, and Forsaken also has a little luck as Roamer, and it's 3 apiece here. But TCM seem to be the ones making their way towards the choke. Actually, they're going to stay in and play around the med pack. Smart move there, using that extra health. Evilmoon hasn't been healing during this whole time. He's been sort of trying to encourage his team towards the choke, and that means that Rake and Heist are going to be out healthed basically by Flip and War there. The damage helps too, but you know, their medic stayed with them, bite committed, and pretty much won them that middle.
Yeah, TLR backed out pretty early there, and they don't even have the Uber. They finally do have it, and is popped pretty early by Bite as those spawns for TLR come up, and they're going to defend this second point pretty nicely. And they're probably going to get this pick on this soldier in sewer, as Nadir is going to try and get in on him, but he gets away from there. And some sticks in choke from War are going to hold them at bay, but not for very long as they're finally dead. Nadir is going to poke into the sewer again, goes after the soldier one more time, finally takes out Clar, as TLR is just going to walk right into this point and push out TCM. So we're seeing some bullying coming out of both sides here as a little leapfrog is going on.
Yeah, Droso plays Russian roulette with Heist's stickies there in sewer, spots the Demoman but does escape with his life. And Heist is already walking in here solo. He's pushed in from the left sewer door, spots out a soldier. It looks like there's 3 players on the flank here in deep for TCM. They're all the way into middle and they're going to get surrounded here as Heist and the scout of Rick come in from behind and clean up there. Great read from Heist, saw those players, drifted into PC, called for that pincer play. 3 quick frags there, and look at Bite. He's so far forward, he's going to have to pop off here. Evilmoon isn't even alive right now. But, we're going to see a little pause here. John says it wouldn't be a TCM game without a pause. Of course, it's team timeout. But right now, we're looking at a levitating Bite. He's performing some sort of circus act here with War, like a Uber trapeze. Not quite sure about that. Rake on 88. War doesn't usually miss pipes from this range, you know. I'd expect Rake to die, but in saying that, I've already altered the time continuum here, and obviously Rake is going to survive because, you know, curse of the caster, Beasly.
Well, I don't know. I've actually had War hit a couple of these pipes on me, so I don't like it one bit. And I have like that American lag when I play with him too, so I just kind of instantly die. I don't even know what happened. Hopefully Rake's going to be a little more prepared than I was. But Hiss, 13 HP, where is he hiding? He's trying to get to that health pack, it looks like. Do you think he will? Because if War takes out Rake, he's going to turn around and probably shoot at Hiss, and then he's going to die too. I think this is going to be good for TCM.
You'd like to think so. I mean, I didn't see...
Well, I mean, I do think so.
We're going to lose Rake, we're going to lose Heist, but then you know what Kyler's like, man. This is the sort of situation he loves to clean up. He's going to at least kill Bite, maybe humiliate War as well. He's probably going to be empty by then. But one thing I want to rewind a little bit, I was really focused on that sort of flank play, but how exactly did Evilmoon die during all that? Because I know Heist wasn't with him. He was sort of rolling solo through the sewers. I didn't see how Evilmoon died.
I was about to ask you the same thing. Hopefully John
Twitch
saw
chat.
it.
Twitch chat, did anybody
Twitch
see how
chat,
Evilmoon
did anybody
died?
see?
Forget about it! It's not important.
Forget about it. Nah, it is important. We just don't know it. As I see some skip going on. What's going on? I'm liking War's moves. Do you see his moves?
Man, he's doing a bit of tap dancing there.
He's tap dancing on his head. On the doctor's head right there. His Dr. Bite. See, his head is right there. He's got that Belinda's bucket helm. I think that's the head he's got on, right? And the feet are just dancing on his head, so I'm imagining that Bite's probably got a massive headache. And if he's upset about this pause, then he's also got the headache, and now he's double upset. Oh, and we go live! Look at this! War misses the pipe!
Oh!
But
Bite with the
takes him
crossbow!
out!
Nobody could have saw this coming. Heist is in deep. War with a sick air pipe there onto Heist. And TCM coming up strong. We did predict that, right? We did TCM were going to take it, but not in that order. Not in that order at all.
That was incredible. I didn't expect that at all. But I don't know who's alive or where, as I got to press tab. Hiss is going to be spawning pretty soon for TLR. And the mid cap does go to TCM, as they do have Uber. And no, they do not. They just popped their Uber, actually. My overlay is a little messed up. Rake goes down from Forsaken. Some nice rockets, and looks like TCM's going to be able to cap the second point here uncontested. And build up this Uber as that 3-rune blade comes out for their scouts. Drozo.
Did a ninja rejoin to the server there, so my HUD is just fine and dandy. TCM are already in here on the right hand side for free. They don't actually have charge yet. It's going to be pretty close, but Evilman has this already. Bite's going to go up top here and forces the Uber out. He's left War pretty much stranded here. He's going to get taken out by some long range minigun bullets as the Uber comes in. Bite's hoping his scouts can clean up here, but he's trying to flash multiple targets, and that heavy continues to spit out sick damage. It's only Calio left though, 10 HP. He's going to eat a rocket. And that will be 6 down as Forsaken and Flip make it 2-2 here. TCM back in the game. Only 5 minutes, 6 minutes left.
Oh my god, you make a great radio broadcaster to listen to. As I was just doing the same thing you did, and my overlay is back here. We're going to watch Hiss. He's pretty fast. That was a nice skip onto mid there. But War is equally as fast, and neither of their stickies are going to connect with each other. War finally does hit Hiss, and he goes down to 60 HP. Hiss is going to need some help, as they're going to try and push across with his heals, but nothing much coming out of it. War is in a bad spot, taking a lot of damage. Hiss finally takes him out. Forsaken comes in, takes out Rig, but Kyler quickly cleans up Forsaken. The heals from Evil Moon, surfing out, nice surf into that sewer. He's going to get the health pack in there, come back in to heal up his team. His Bite is shooting some crossbows in there, trying to get those heals onto his scout and push them out, and it looks like they're going to be able to cap this. But there is a number advantage with heals there, and a demo man for TLR, and they're going to come in, push them right back out. Nadir does not want to let him get out unscathed, as he wants to take out Bite before he gets that Uber, and just use this to push right into last, as a 2-2 game is not where you want to be, with 4 minutes and 45 seconds left here, as they quickly cap this midpoint. Admirable.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit confused as to what exactly was the TCM strat there amid. They sort of just tried to control their own side and just end up eating a lot of damage from Heist, who sat back and spammed sticky after sticky into right now. Though Heist is pushed all the way up on the left hand side, he's gonna send a sticky to the feet of War who surfs it back, and his medic Bite will join him. It looks like Ubers are about to be tripped here unless somebody gets dropped. No, both medics keeping those demo men alive, and now the demo men look frantically for somewhere to do damage. Heist jumps out, Evilman as well gets out, and really nothing being achieved from those Ubers other than getting my hopes up a little bit. Heist is in deep though, and Evilman's trying to heal up the rest of his players who had returned from the flank fight. Heist didn't get the memo, he goes down, and now TCM with an opportunity to push. But the position of TLR here, aggressive holding on the TCM med pack. As people come to choke, they're forced to make a decision. They sacrifice the guys in sewer, and Evilman himself, caught in between two mines, goes down, and that's just one bad play after another for TLR. They're falling apart here, Beasly.
Yeah, they are falling apart. I don't know what they was doing in that IT when they just pushed all the way in there with that aggression. They was 3 up, they walked in, they got 1 pick, but the rest of them all died. Drozo takes down Kyler for fun in the choke point. He's trying to make a play, but that Uber advantage there for Bite is going to be a very big deal here, as Warher, sees the demo man Hiss on there. He's connected with his stickies. He sees the combo. They're going to come out to contest. Look at him, he's connected pipes like a plumber. He would have hit that air shot, but the Drozo pistol comes in and takes out Nadir. Warher, is in there, gets some stickies. He's missing all his pipes. What was I saying? Connected his pipe, but the rest of his team is coming in, as those 2 alive for TLR is not going to be enough, and TCM is going to cap this point 3-2 in favor of them. It's 2 minutes and 50 seconds left.
Wow, that was incredible. And Joker just messaged me there to say that I should jump in with an Italian accent, but I can't even do a good Irish accent, so no chance, bro. Sick action there. It's going to be a 3-2 lead as we go into this 6th middle. And I'm watching the Kyler for fun perspective. He's going to move in on the right, try and put down a little damage up top. He's spotting out what the actions of TCM are going to be. War up on the roof. He's focusing a lot of damage towards those scouts. TCM really controlling the high ground, but the double soldier bomb comes in with the Deer and Calio trying to retake control of that ground. Calio a lot of damage and finally went down to a rocket from Clar. and TLR tried to really smash that one with the double soldier sledgehammer, but sort of ended up a little bit overcommitted and got flanked. Everybody got pretty weak there, pretty clumped up, almost made it a little bit too easy for TCM. Have they given up, man?
Well, to be completely honest with you, it looked like, see, Hiss was hitting a lot of sticky bombs onto War, and eventually War went really high up into the sky, and everybody from TLR looked at him and tried to take him out, and they just couldn't hit the air shots, and then everybody from TCM killed him. And that's why we're seeing TCM jump in onto the last point. The medic goes down, War takes out 2 people, I mean, I'm sorry I made that mistake. And now he's up top, gonna be able to rain some pipes, some stickies. He hits that first pipe, he hits the second pipe. Look at this madman, he's out of control as they take the 4th point.
Oh man, GG's being called by Droso, cheeky Droso there. Although mathematically it does seem unlikely that TLR are going to be getting back into this one. Nadir, Kyler and Rick all respond with the GG, but we're here for another 1 minute and 10 seconds. So don't stop casting now, Beasly. I'm watching the heist cam, he's in the middle here, he's super weak and almost getting pressured out by a soldier there, but it's actually Calio who finds War there with the fast rollout. And TCM are going to back off. They want to sandbag their 4-2 lead here. They're not going to give up a single inch. But look at Heist jumping in behind. He's going ham. He's looking for frags, but finds rockets instead. Goes down to Clar, who will himself die, having picked up a 2k there, but it's turned into an absolute melee or mayhem
it's
on
a
midpoint.
bloodbath. It is a bloodbath, I tell you that much. There's blood everywhere. I'm just seeing blood, guts, arms. It's all red and blue people, mostly blue people as the red team caps the point here. That's bite. And it looks like they're going to win this. There's 30 seconds left in this one, 25 seconds left. Some GGs have already gone out. But they're going to go in, misses the A shot on the sniper. Rake finally does go down, flips, snipes. Kyler for fun, he's got to be upset about that. And the Uber comes out, bite is forced by the soldier. His name is Calho. He's sitting on the point, he's not getting hit. He takes an arrow, he takes out Blight. Forsaken goes down and some huge plays coming out. But there's 2 seconds left in the game, so it doesn't matter. And the headshot finally closes up this one. And 4-2, TCM over TLR.
Oh, I wonder what map they will choose. There's the logs coming up as well. John Boy, let's check out those logs as well in the interval. But it is loser's pick here, so it is up to TLR to come back with a map choice here. Try and pick something. You know what? There's 2 sides to it, Beasly. Do you pick a map that you feel very comfortable on, or do you pick a map you know your opponent hates? Somewhere in between.
Well, ideally, the map you're most comfortable on will be the map that your opponent hates. And so I don't know if these 2 teams are that much of a rivalry yet, but hopefully we'll be able to see that in a couple seasons. But right now, I'd say a map that you're comfortable on. But are we sure that Process wasn't that map for TCM?
Yeah, Process was TCM's pick. They were coming in as the higher seed. That's the
So any map that's kind of I don't know. I think Granary would be a terrible pick if you're TLR right now. But I think that's also their best map, isn't it?
We're gonna find out soon. I'm on the loading screen right now. I could just keep talking long enough and then, you know, come up with a suggestion and say that's what I was going to say all along. Snakewater, you know. Clearly that would be the one, right?
Yeah, that'll probably be it. Let's look at these logs right now. Is Hiss going pretty massive with the 357 DDM. 10,530 damage dealt in that one. And he top damaged well above War, who did only 285. But TCM did win that. I don't know. I don't know how that really happened.
Hit that KA per death button. Look at Flip up there on 3.6. He played 27 for 13 for 11. What a cleanup king. I always ignore scouts, you know, because I don't understand how their minds work. But clearly he was having a big game and I was just too bad to realise, Beasly.
Jeez. Yeah, Flip just didn't go down. Droso, he died significantly more than Flip. But, you know, those 2 scouts, they were just in a lot of Ubers there for TCM, and they really, you know, when TCM started winning rounds, their scout Ubers were really doing a lot of damage, and it's good that you pointed that out. Really nicely done by Flip.
One thing that I enjoyed about that map was the middles were pretty much totally unpredictable. That makes it exciting as a caster. I had no idea what's going to happen. You know, some teams are super keen and have excellent middle strategies and can always stack the odds in their favor, even if they don't win the rounds. But this one, man, it's anybody's game. I know it's a casting cliche, but anybody can win this one, Beasly.
You're right. You said it at one point. It was a Mexican standoff, and I think that you're 100% correct about that. That's how the match kind of went the entire time. They were both just standing there staring at each other. War was looking at them a little bit more than the rest of TCM was, but it just wasn't capitalized on. You know, there was a lot of chances that TLR had to take out War and really just push right into the last point of TCM once he goes down, and they just didn't do that. And hopefully capitalize, hopefully, of course, but you know, hopefully for they're able to capitalize on these mistakes, just really drive it into